Hi everybody, welcome to JoeGa Joy Fitness with me, Jo, and to today's yoga class. We're going to be doing some traditional hatha, holding for 3 to 5 breaths, looking for stretch and release throughout the entire body. If you do enjoy it, please like, share, subscribe, hit that bell, let me know you've been watching. And if you want to get in touch, then use any of the social media platforms that are listed in the blurb below. When you're ready, we're going to begin. We're going to come down to a nice restful relaxation pose and just take a few breaths. Breathe and release here, just kind of opening up the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, lengthen through. And just taking like 3 to 5 long, slow, deep breaths. Just feeling the body, letting go of any tension, any aches and pains, any stresses and strains. And then you can just draw the heels towards the bottom, just bring the feet onto the ground, keep a little separation between the legs and just gently rock those knees from side to side. Really nice and slow and steady, really controlled, contrived, considered. Alright, and just bring the knees in and just roll yourself over to one side and just come into embryo pose. Lovely. And just pause here, just allow yourself to just relax and rest. Just one more breath. And then we will make our way up to sitting. So coming through. And just extend the legs out in front of you. Sitting up nice and tall. Lovely. And just reaching forwards towards those feet. That's a bit more feet, a bit more legs. Lovely. And just allow yourself to just work into that. So again, thinking about those hamstrings, glutes, and just lift up through the chest. So thinking about opening the chest, pulling back on the arms. So you're getting an upper back contraction as well, rather than rolling like this, and that's going to make the chest contraction more. Think about pulling it into the back. Beautiful, that's it, nice. Yes. Bring that left leg in, come into Janu. Excuse me, my nose, honestly, it's running. It's so cold. Just taking it back down towards that leg. This time just feel like, try not to, I say, across the chest, we don't want to be making too much of a contraction, but we also don't want to be having too much, oh gosh, excuse me, my brain is not working, too much tension, you know, like this, really rigid. So it wants to be quite soft, but it wants to still be open, and a back contraction, just reaching down again towards that foot. And again, it's towards the foot, it's not necessarily on the foot. What you're looking for here is a bit of a stretch in the hamstring, a bit of release in the lower back, and just working side to side. Lovely, and then coming up. So it's kind of hatha today, in so much as we're going to be holding these for 3 to 5 breaths. Take that leg out to the side, or you can turn side on, depending where you want to go. Hello, baby. You're going to have a seat? Okay, very nice. So leg is out to the side, so you're working a little bit, and then just again reaching, get that strap, reach towards that foot. So if you've got the foot, that's great. Just leaning to the side. And then you can take this arm and just extend it away. Lovely. So again, think about chest driving forwards. Sorry?
You don't come in.
Yeah, he's not on your screen. I put a little blanket down for him. He's very territorial, so he won't tend to if the blanket's not there, he'll sit on my mat. And that gets a little bit in the way. So the blanket's there and he likes to sit on that, and he knows that's his territory. That's it, bring that arm over. Yeah. But he's, there's people up in the house, but he likes to be with me. He's, and I do the least for him because I don't walk him or anything, because obviously I've got work and stuff. So because Steve doesn't work, he tends to walk him and do all of that and feed him and stuff, and he absolutely... he doesn't hate him, but he just, you know, if he's got the choice between the two of us, he'll always come and be with me. Just release that off. And I do feel sorry for Steve because he does the most with him, but he gets the least amount of love in return. Reaching forwards here now again. Yeah, I just think he's just a ladies' man, this dog. He's just like, because he loves Ken's as well. He'll always go to her. Yeah. It's just a girl's dog. Nice. Yeah, mostly we do, but we haven't done recently. Just fold those legs in, because we have been there and back so much that we've had to be flying, and he doesn't fly, he goes in the car. So he's been staying here for the whole of the summer. Just reaching forwards here again, thinking about those hips. If you've got that block there, my block's miles away, but you can lean on a block, remember. So yeah, so he comes, I mean, he is Spanish, that's where he's from. So he's kind of going home when he goes down there.
No.
Yeah.
Are you planning to go back again?
Yeah, so I go back this weekend.
Right.
But then I'm back the following weekend because the kids are going on holiday, so I need to come back to look after the dog.
Yeah.
And then I'm back down there for another week, and then a drive home, bringing the car back, because I'm going off to America. So
Okay.
I'm doing a transatlantic, same as I did last year. I'm going off on the ship. So I'm going to be away for a couple of months. So you'll come with me, of course. You'll be with me coming up. Stretch out that other leg. So yeah, so we're going to do some work across the Atlantic, and then I'm doing New Orleans and Memphis and Tennessee and that kind of the deep south and some of the kind of mid states, I think they are, when you get up to kind of them. There will be a few more cruises in there as well, provided there's not hurricanes and whatnot, which I know it is kind of hurricane season. Yeah, but then from January, I'm hoping to be down in Spain a lot more.
Yeah.
So for like 3 months minimum. I don't have to stay 3 months now. I can stay a lot longer because of my my visa, my passport. But yeah, it's just the to-ing and fro-ing. Just it does get a bit much. Well, it's just take that leg out to the side. It sounds great and it is lovely, but you just get like fed up. You just want your own bed, and you just, although this is my own bed, that is my own bed. That's again, it's a bit idiosyncratic to say, but just to be in one place, you know. Even the 2 weeks I had down there, the last 2 weeks, it's so nice. It's just, yeah, the peace and quiet and the.
As well, isn't it? You know, the weather-wise, it's been ridiculously hot.
Yeah.
Spain is always really hot anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, bring that arm over the top. It's just nice to, like here, you know, like I went out the other day and I just got back from Spain, and I didn't take a coat because I was just not in the habit of taking a coat with me. And I was so cold, and when I got to the place that I was teaching, the gate was locked, so I couldn't get in. So I was just stood outside, just literally shivering, like, let me in. Because I'm just not in that mindset to have like coats and jumpers and trousers and socks and shoes. It's like, yeah. And come up and twist around. Yes, it is. It is a lot to remember. But I don't mind it. It's just, I don't like the wet. The rain, oh my days. It's just so miserable. Coming up, just fold that leg in.
You know, you'd think that they would have sorted out the infrastructure by now, you know. It's ridiculous. A month's rain in a day is just not right.
No.
And it's going to get worse.
Yes.
So they would have sorted it out.
Yeah.
Or done provisions.
I know, this is it. I mean, like my son plays golf and the golf club was flooded yesterday. He couldn't go because it was just completely flooded. And you think, you know, when you're paying like $3,000 a year or whatever it is to have, you know, access to this lovely facility, you want to be able to use it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so he was a bit upset yesterday because he couldn't get on the course. Lovely, and just releasing that off. Just sit back and just let the knees roll side to side. So we're just going to work a little bit across the chest here. So just set the legs, so I want you to remember to sit with your legs extended because this is important for you to work on those little tight hamstrings a little bit. We're just going to take the arms nice and wide, so kind of spreading our wings, and I want you to cross them over. So one over the top, one around the bottom, and just come into these eagle wings. That's it. And just sitting up nice and tall and really feel there's a stretch across the upper back. Now you might think this is oh, we had a little bit of a connection issue then, sorry about that. A little bit counterintuitive because you were saying about, you know, having it open through the chest and everything, but you should feel a deep stretch below the shoulder blades with this. So it's not necessarily counterintuitive. It's actually getting a deep stretch into that area that can be accessed quite a lot with computer work or phone work or screen work. Let that go, take the arms out. And we're going to just wrap it round the other way, so wrap them the other way. Nice. And then release that off. Well done. What I'd like you to do now is take your right arm and lay it in the back of your waist so that the fingers are over on the left side. So I'll just turn my back on you, forgive me, so you can see. So you're going to lay the arm here so that it's all the way across, and then grabbing hold of the wrist. Try not to pull on the fingertips because that will pull the wrist bones apart. But we're going to look to, I'm going to have to cross my legs. Sitting like that is not comfortable for me. You're going to try and aim to get a nice shoulder stretch in here by pulling that hand. So you're using the left hand to pull it through.
Yeah.
Nice.
Me too. I'm not a leg out person like that. I find it easier like this.
Yeah. Lovely. And then just let that go, just releasing off, make sure it feels okay. And then left wrist over to the right waist. And again, holding on to that wrist and just pulling it through. And you should feel a nice deep stretch through this frontal delt here. What I will say though is just remember, if we're sitting cross-legged for any period of time, to just kind of alter the cross of the legs whenever you think about it. So just letting that go, kind of let them go. It just keeps the hips in balance a little bit. So just change the cross of the legs. What I'm going to do again, I'm going to just tip my back to you. I'm just going to come this way so you can see. I'd like you to interlace the hands, and we're going to reach away here, and you can lean forwards, but really stretch those arms away. Okay. And then you can release that off and just change the interlace of the hands so it's unnatural. And then again, pull the arms back, just take that dip down, really feel like you're stretching out that chest. And then releasing off again. So we're working behind the body quite a lot, so I'm afraid I will check in on how you're looking, but I'm going to keep my back to you a little way just so you see. So with that strap you've got, I've got a strap here, okay? So what I want you to do, if you've got a strap, use the strap. If not, you can use clothing or towel or whatever. Lay the strap over one shoulder, Okay, so I've laid it over my left shoulder and I'm taking my right hand up and I'm going to find that strap on my left shoulder. Okay, now just coming round forwards. You can press back through the elbow here if you want to, but with the strap, the idea is that you should be able to kind of grab that strap here and work the hands towards each other. And pulling down through this bottom hand is going to encourage that top arm to open up at the top. And then just releasing that off. So talking about my son and his golf, so he's quite tight in this stretch. So what I was getting him to do, I was getting him to do this, and then you go to a door frame, an archway of the door, and put this into the wall, and that can help encourage that to open because you press the wall into it here. Because sometimes, you know, actually feeling like we can make it more ourselves is difficult, but by using a prop, so coming into the door jamb and just pressing it through, because you can push your body through the space obviously, but you can keep the arm in the wall, and it just gives you that opportunity to just open that a little bit more. So that's always a little trick. The same with this exercise, you know, you can put your arms in like this and push your body through and open up the chest. So using the door frame is really beneficial.
I do that one.
Yes, yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So we're going to go the other side. So lifting up the other arm, coming onto that strap, take this arm around. I'll just turn so you can see on here. And just encourage them. You can always walk up the strap a little bit with those hands. Superb. These 3 to 5 breaths, you can really get deep into, you can feel it getting deep into the belly of the muscle. And then releasing that off, and you can just let that go. With the strap as well, just another one, just before we let go of this. If you don't have to feed it in as it does, but you can tie it or whatever. Oh, sorry, I'm just being a pain now. It just goes in and up. There we go. Right. So, what you can do is you can make it, if you think about the width of your chest, make the strap about the width of your chest, and then take it behind you and pop it around the wrists, and you can use this too, and then when it feels comfortable, of course, you can then make it smaller. So, and eventually the aim is to, you know, work on getting them really close and really high, but because you've got something to press against with regards to the strap, when you're holding your own hands, they tend to want to ping apart, and that can be too close to have them like that because you're already stretching. Whereas using this bit of the actual the strap to press against the side, it really helps to do that. So yeah, so as I say, you can just tie it. But if you use the buckle, if you've got a D-clip or a buckle there, you get the ability to slide through. So yeah, to give it a go and just see. But even with the hands just here, pushing against it, you'll just feel that chest opens, and it's a good one. And you can do it similarly if you're sitting if you've got like an office chair, and you can hold the back of the office chair and lean forwards and get that stretch there. So that's good. Yeah, you want to have a go, or are you all right with that one?
I'll have a go.
Yeah, definitely. You might as well. Yeah, absolutely. Just threaded my buckle up all wrong. I don't know what I've done here. Gone right weird. Cool. Okay. So if you've got that loop Did you make a loop?
I didn't.
No, you don't have to. You can, again, just throw it around the feet, and you can, again, pull the hands into, so again, by making it different sizes, if you pull the hands in here, you pull your chest forwards, you can contract your, you know, your shoulder blades together. So you're getting a hamstring stretch here and you're getting a chest stretch. So you're getting a bit of both. So that's always quite good because it's creating that tension between the two that's always quite nice. Anyway, we'll leave that to one side for the moment. We're going to come over onto all fours. Have a little go cat and cow because these are great again for opening the chest, but also releasing through the pelvis, through the glutes and through the hamstrings. So maybe less time spent in cat arm and more spent in cow. Lovely. Nice. One more in each way. And then I'd like you to sit back into child's pose. So you can take child's pose of choice. So if you like to open the knees, drop the arms. So again, if you've got the arms forward, I'm just lifting my head because otherwise I'm talking into the mat and it becomes muffled. Reach the arms forward. You can think about squeezing the upper back together and opening the chest. When we're in this more traditional child's pose, it's a lot more relaxed and there's less upper back work. So forgive me, I've got a hoodie on. Reaching forwards. Think about, maybe separate the knees, get the chest down, squeeze the upper back, elbows off the floor. We'll think about that upper back contraction. And again, with the block, let me just grab my block. My block's over here. So you can put the block underneath your chest. So grab that, especially that nice fat one you've got. And then when you reach the arms forwards, you're going to get a really deep, strong upper back contraction because you're coming off the block. So it works really good. And then release, come on up. Just going to move that block to one side. So we're going to take that into the next level, which is our down face puppy, which again is a really deep back bend, but it's a really good chest opener. So come on up onto all fours. Just make sure everything feels released and let go. And then thinking about, just look at where your hands are. And that's where we're going to aim the chest, okay? So normally when we kind of fold back into child's pose, that's what we do there. And we're not going to do that. We're going to take our chest down between our hands. Now you might want to come onto elbows, so bring your elbows to where your hands were. And then chest comes down and you're going for this really deep back bend shape. And then for the stretch in the shoulders, reach the arms forwards. If you don't want the stretch in the shoulders, keep the arms bent. And then on this next out breath, just slide yourself forward onto your tummy, coming at rest on the elbows. So just coming into a nice little back bend here, releasing through the front of the body, squeezing through the back, but lifting and opening. Nice. We're going to just drop the body down. I'm going to work with the leg closest to the camera because it's just going to be easier. So bring the hands together. Just rest your head down here, forehead or cheek, and slide this leg up. Trying to keep your body as flat to the floor as you can. So you want really the chest down, the belly down, everything's really flat. You're just sliding that leg up the side. And then what I'd like you to do is just start to move the elbow over towards that knee. So coming into that little rotational twist, that extension of the spine. So again, you're opening the chest, you're contracting the upper back, you're working through the hips, through the glutes, through the hamstrings, but in such a gorgeous way because you're so supported by the earth here. And then come back to centre. Straighten that leg out behind, just allow yourself to sit back up on those elbows. So chest forward, squeeze the lower back. And then that same leg that you had out to the side, whichever side it was, I would like you to bend it up towards your bottom, and we go for the quad stretch here, so we'll just bring it in to heel towards the bottom, so grabbing hold of it if you can. Nice, and release that off. So we're just going to come back down. We're going to slide that second knee to the second side. I'm just going to turn around so that you've got working leg towards you. And then again, on your next exhalation, just work those elbows over towards the knee. And then releasing off. I'm going to just stay this way, so just around the other way. Just lift up here, just take that nice stretch through the front of the body. Contract the upper back, drive the chest forwards, press the pelvis down. And then what we'll do is we'll just turn over. So we'll roll from front to back. Extend one leg. Again, I'm going to do it so I'm twisting towards you. Keep the other leg bent, please. And then we're going to twist. So we're going to release the lower back, but we're going to again look to open the chest here because we really want to press the shoulders into the floor. You can take hold of that knee. You can always stack a block under that knee. If you need a bit of support, you don't want to go too far, that's fine. But turn and look away from that knee. Turn and look the other way. And get a nice rotation in the lower back, openness through the chest, release through pecs, contraction through scapula. Lovely, and then we're just going to release that off on the next breath. And then we just do a swap. So the leg that's bent straightens, the leg that's straight bends. We just move ourselves over to the edge of our mat and just take that rotation, twist, and turn the other way. Nice work. Just release that off, come back to centre. Just make yourself comfortable. Both knees are bent here, please, and feet are on the floor. Draw one knee in, it doesn't matter which one, just draw it in. And really squeeze it down towards the belly. So we're just drawing it right in nice and close. Maybe just take a couple of little rolls of the ankle, just make sure things are feeling okay. And then straighten that leg up towards the sky, so lifting that leg up. So again, you're looking for hamstring stretch here, so if you need to or you want to, you can always put that strap around the foot. What this will do by using the strap is it will keep that upper back nice and open. So again, you can use that strap, bring the elbows to the floor, chest is open, back's contracted, and you're getting hamstrings and chest again. Lovely. Take a breath, see how it feels to now straighten out that leg that's on the floor. So keep the leg that's raised, but the leg that was bent on the ground. Just see how it feels, how it changes things to straighten it away, because it does make a difference. It goes from being quite bearable and acceptable to being a little bit challenging for me when I do that. So just see how it feels for you. And of course, if it's too much, then don't do it. Remove it from the exercise. Okay, lovely. And then just release that off. Bring both feet back onto the floor. Just take a little release, side to side rock. Make sure the back feels okay. Keep pressing those shoulder blades into the ground. Draw the other knee in. So draw it in. Take a little roll through the ankles. And pressing into the belly. Lovely. And then we're going to extend that leg up towards the sky again. You can use your strap. This will keep the elbows low. And then straightening out that other leg as well. Feels good. It might feel different this side to the other. So see how it is for you. Now, you might have noticed there was a bit of a mistake in there. We did that quadricep stretch on one side, but we haven't done it on the other. So I hope you can remember which side you did it on. We'll have to roll over and do that because I've just remembered and we need to make it balanced. So just release that off. Okay, so come over onto your tummy. Oh, forgive me. Bend that leg and just take, this one's really tight on my body, so I probably deliberately, subconsciously didn't do it because it always feels like it's a real deep stretch. Wow. So, whew. And then release. Well done. And we can come back over onto our backs. Well done. Oh.
I forgive you.
Thanks. It doesn't matter if it's not quite all in the right order, as long as we get it all in at some point, should be fine.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. So we're just going to bring both knees in. Just take a little rock across that back. You're lucky I remembered before the end of the class. I could have remembered at 3 o'clock this afternoon or 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, we didn't do side 2. And it was only one stretch. It wasn't like a whole sequence, so it would have been okay. Just roll those hips around. Oh, it has been known, let me tell you, quite often I forget something one side to the next. Especially when I try and be very clever with like the choreography. Just roll those knees the other way. You know, when I think, oh, I'll do, you know, like ipsilateral and we'll do all the things on the right and then we'll switch and do them all on the left. And there's always something I forget. But only human after all. And just allow those feet to come back to the floor. I just want you to just roll the feet wide and just let the knees drop in. And we are sided, aren't we? You know, we write with one hand. Most people write with one hand. There's a few people that can do it with both, but most people have either a left or a right hand dominance. So doing some things more on one side than the other, it's okay. It's just for my kind of OCD, I like to have it balanced, but it's not necessary. Just let the knees go wide now, the feet come narrow, just pulling into those hips, those adductors.
I know my husband's ambidextrous. He especially with sports, racket sports,
wow.
He's like left-handed, but with racket sports, but then he bowls with his right hand.
It's weird, isn't it? It's just like, pick a side for goodness sakes, you know, stop being so greedy.
But he's a lefty, he should really be writing with his left. His granddad used to smack his hand when he used to write with his left.
Yeah.
So he was told he needs to write with his left, right.
Yes. So just bring those legs out now, just taking a little full body stretch, reach the arms overhead again, thinking about squeezing. Well, there is, you know, especially with the older generation, there's connotations, isn't there? That's, you know, for left-handed use, because that was used for other things. So, you know, I can understand that, especially from a cultural point of view. You know, it's considered not nice and not clean, but we have kind of moved on in society. But those sort of in-ground traditions are still there, aren't they? So I do understand that. But yeah, so he now writes with his right, does he? Because he's been, yeah.
But does a lot of things with his left hand.
Bring the hands and the arms down. We'll just we've got a couple of minutes. Let's just have a little rest and relaxation. Think about breathing deep into the chest. Remember, we had equinox this week. So think about equality, think about balance. Try and make those breaths equal if you can. Equal inhale, equal exhale. If you do have pauses, if you do recognise the pauses between inhalation and exhalation, don't worry too much about them. Make them equal to each other, but they don't have to be equal to the breath, okay? So it's not square breath, this is equal breath. So equal breath is inhalation, exhalation. And the pauses, yes, if you're pausing for 2, then that's fine, but you don't have to pause the same amount as the inhalation, exhalation. Of course, if you really want to, square breath is fine, that's nice, 4 equal sides. It still has the equality, it's absolutely fine. But just take a moment to do a little pranayama. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths, but without stress. Don't be doing them so deep and stressful that we can't maintain it. And then just take that nice, long, slow, deep stretch, reaching out, lengthening. And then we're going to bring ourselves slowly, carefully up to sitting. And just maybe sit with those legs extended just for a moment. Reach down towards the toes, just take a little stretch. Oh. And then release, and then you can fold those legs up. So maybe that's what we'll do. We won't have to sit with them extended all the while, but each time we pass through, we'll take a little hamstring stretch. Take a lateral flexion to your right. And release, and a little lateral flexion to your left. Lovely, and release. Just change the cross of the legs. Take a little rotation, spinal twist to your right. And to the left. Lovely, and then just sitting where you're comfortable. Take a breath in. Pull that energy down. And just bow the head. Hari Om Tat Sat. Namaste.